Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another video. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell so you will be updated on all my future content. So same types of problems as my last live stream, just a different method this time. In this video, we're going to be covering 2-digit by 2-digit multiplication problems using the Lattice method. So I have my Lattice method model here. 74, first and foremost, 74 times 43 is our first example problem. And I'm going to show you how to solve that problem using the Lattice method. So I have my Lattice method model here. We have a box for each digit within the problem. Now we're going to multiply digit by digit. Our answers are going to go within each square, but the digits within our answers are going to go within each triangle. And if that sounds confusing, just bear with me. You will see what I mean as I go. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to multiply 4 times 4, and the answer to 4 times 4 is going to go in this square here. 4 times 4 equals 16. So the digit in the tens place in the number 16 is going to go in the top triangle. The digit in the ones place is going to go in the bottom triangle. Next, we're going to multiply 4 times 3, and the answer to 4 times 3 is going to go into this square here, the square, the bottom right. So 4 times 3 equals 12. Again, an answer goes in each square, but a digit goes in each triangle. So the digit in the tens place for the number 12 goes in the top triangle. The digit in the ones place goes in the bottom triangle. All right, next we're going to multiply 7 times 4. The answer to 7 times 4 is going to go in this square, and we have a separate triangle for each digit within our answer. So 7 times 4 equals 28. So 2 in the top triangle, 8 in the bottom triangle. Next, we're going to multiply 7 times 3. 7 times 3 equals 21. That answer is going to go in the last square left. Each digit within our answer goes in a separate triangle. So 2 in the top triangle, 1 in the bottom triangle for the number 21. Next step, we're going to add the numbers going across the diagonal lines. So we're adding all of the numbers inside the square that go across the diagonal line. So this first diagonal line represents the ones place. The only number inside the square going along the diagonal line is a 2. So we have a 2 in the ones place here. Next, we have to add these 3 numbers that go in between these 2 diagonal lines. The number in between these 2 diagonal lines represents the tens place. So 6 plus 1 equals 7, plus 1 equals 8. So far we have a 2 in the ones place, 8 in the tens place. Next, we have to add the numbers that go in between these 2 diagonal lines. Let me zoom in on that. And if our sum is 10 or more, we will need to regroup. So 1 plus 8 equals 9, plus 2 equals 11. So we're going to need to regroup for that one. So the 1 and 11 goes here in the hundreds place. The other one gets carried over to the thousands place. Next, we're going to multiply 1 plus 2. 1 plus 2 equals 3. And now we simply read the number from left to right for our answer. So we have a 3 in the thousands place, 1 in the hundreds place, an 8 in the tens place, and a 2 in the ones place. So our final answer is 3,182. 74 times 43 equals 3,182. Shout out to everybody tuning in. Hello, welcome to the chat. Please hit the like button. It really helps the algorithm. All right, we're going to solve one more problem, and then we will likely call it a video. All right, next example problem. Well, if you've been doing it wrong, that's okay. I am glad you're here because this will teach you how to do it right. So 93 times 25 is our next example problem. I'm going to draw my model for the Lattice method now. So each digit gets a box. Let me make the box down here so I have a little more space. So we have 9 and 3 for the number 93. Then we have a 2 and a 5. All right, and then before we do get into the actual math, we also have to draw a line across each square, making our triangles. All right, and now we are ready for the math portion. All right, so we are going to multiply digit by digit. As we multiply, each answer goes in a separate square, but each digit within our answer goes in a different triangle. So first we're going to multiply 3 times 2. The answer to 3 times 2 is going to go in this square here, and each digit within our answer will go in a separate triangle. The person in the chat is correct. 3 times 2 equals 6. So we're going to put a 0 in the top triangle and a 6 in the bottom triangle. Next, we are going to multiply 3 times 5. 3 times 5 equals 15. So we're going to put a 1 in the top triangle, 5 in the bottom triangle for the bottom square. Next, we're going to multiply 9 times 2. The answer to 9 times 2 is going to go in this square right here. 9 times 2. Let's see if you can put the answer to 9 times 2 in the chat. Correct. 9 times 2 is 18. So 1 in the top triangle, 8 in the bottom triangle. Next, we're going to multiply 9 times 5. And the answer to 9 times 5 goes in the bottom square. And the person in the chat, he's really good at his multiplication facts. 9 times 5 equals 45. So 4 for the top triangle, 5 for the bottom triangle. All right. Next, we are going to add the numbers going across the diagonal lines. So I'm going to tilt the camera so we look at this a different way. So each number inside the square, just the numbers inside the square, not the numbers outside. We're going to add the numbers inside the square going across each of the diagonal lines. So across this first diagonal line, we only have one number. We have the number 5. That number represents the ones place. Now, in between these two diagonal lines here, I'm going to zoom in so you can see we have 6, we have 1, and we have 5. So I have to add those 3 numbers together. And as always, if our sum is 10 or more, we will regroup. So 6 plus 1 equals 7. Plus 5 equals 12. So we are going to need to regroup there. The 2 and 12 is going to go in between these two diagonal lines, which represent the tens place. The 1 is going to get carried over to the hundreds place. Next, we have to add the numbers that go in between these two diagonal lines here. Zooming in so everybody can see here. All right, 1 plus 0 equals 1, plus 8 equals 9, plus 4 equals 13. Again, we need to regroup. The 3 and 13 goes in the hundreds place. The 1 gets carried over to the thousands place. So now for the last numbers that go along the last diagonal line, we have to add 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 equals 2. Next, we just read the number from left to right. So we have a 2 in the thousands place, a 3 in the hundreds place, a 2 in the tens place, and a 5 in the ones place. So our answer, and the person in the chat got it correct, is 2,325. You are right, you are correct. 93 times 25 equals 2,325. All right, that is my live stream for right now. I will probably be back on live later today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, I'm Mr. Camilleri, and this is the Mr. Camilleri Show.